phone call tonight from a guy. He said, I'll do whatever I can to help you. You can help us. We can get rid of these, you know them things kids put in their mouth like a lollipop? And then he's something talking about chickens. It was something like that. Chickens and lollipops. I forget what it was about. So I'm even getting stories now about things that happen at the Baptist church. And, you know, I don't know who's gotten whose wife pregnant down there at the Baptist church, but I'm getting stories about some pretty mean-spirited behavior, what some of the elders do to some of the younger people in the Baptist church, how they treat them, and in the years gone by, and so I guess you could say it's like a crust. Like a crust on a cesspool, and we're just picking up the edge of it right now. And I'm seeing these emails increase every day of what people write me telling happened to them in Chilhowie. Okay, now here's the deal. I get like tons of email about this, the things going on now in Chilhowie. I get more every day. People are like really fed up with the city government and the police. Excuse me. Here's this one. I hate that you were treated so badly by Boswell and the cops in Chilhowie. Unfortunately, this is a type of treatment by police towards citizens is very commonplace in Southwest Virginia. I was once walking down the street minding my own business about 11 p.m. when a cop pulled up beside me and told me I would have to walk on the sidewalk or he would write me a citation. I asked him why. He stated that I was guilty of, get this, now if you are an insomniac or you can't sleep or you haven't laughed in 2 months or you're constipated, just listen to this and read this and it'll solve all your problems. Why was I stopped? The policeman stated I was guilty of, quote, failure to use a sidewalk when one was present, end quote. Now if that doesn't take all, that is just so classic, man. That's like a pill. You could swallow it and all your problems would go away. Here's another one. I retract my earlier statement about your video being good minus the cussing. After all, you really know what you are talking about when it comes to this hypocritical town. I believe the requirements for a police officer in Chilhowie is no more than the 3rd grade education. Or at least he has to know where the only red light is located at in the town of Chilhowie. Here's another one. I think Rick Romans is an SOB. Now, they didn't teach us what an SOB was in the Navy. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I think it's about time someone could spread the news about Chilhowie. I used to live there myself, and if you didn't know someone in the city council, you were shit out of luck. That is no place to raise a family. Chilhowie gives all Virginia a bad name. What is there that's right in the town of Chilhowie? Let me know. Okay, I've been traveling on a horse all day long, and it's late at night. It's almost midnight. But I got people writing me now nonstop and posting to the videos nonstop about how messed up Chilhowie is. And I'm going to read you a video here. I like your videos and comments on Rick the Prick and Boswell. Chilhowie hasn't always been this way. The shift began about 8 years ago. in a town where you have approximately 1,800 residents and on election day only 300 turn out to vote, that shows you the people don't care. How do you get the voters to care and react? That is my question. Also, how do we get good and honest people to offer their time and serve the city and the people of the city? I was told some time ago that Chilhowie is drug capital of Southwest Virginia. Drugs flow into the area and are dispersed. We never hear of a drug bust in Smith County, like they have in Washington County or the city of Bristol. Why is that? Could it be that dealers know poor police forces and poorly trained policemen and then take advantage of that? Thank you for getting the word out on Chilhowie. I hope it's not too late. Maybe Michelle Obama could come to Chilhowie and help in the war on obesity, because I got a description here of the Wellness and Parks Department. Now there's this Kelly Spencer Hill, and I hear that she was hired for this job, and other people who were qualified and applied for the job were never even contacted about that job, and she got the job. Now I think she's some relative of Mr. Bill Boswell, but and I think some people got fired to make the money for that job position from some other departments. But here's the deal, you know, it says the town, this is off the town website, the town of Chilhowie and the Chilhowie City Town Council are firmly committed to healthy balance of mind, body, spirit of all its citizens. Well, we could debate that, but let's leave it as it is. They're excited to bring new events and activities to the community, and it goes on about being healthy, right? Well, someone wrote me and asked me, if this be the case, why is it that everybody that works for the city is overweight? I've seen pictures of them, you know, like Gary Henninger and, you know, a bunch of the others, you know, and they got all big old ass bellies on them, you know, like a bunch of men on estrogen. Well, we got some visuals that we wanted to do today. I mean, we got a bunch of these sow bellies that work for the city and pictures and stuff. We got a lot to go over here. You know, some people been writing me and say, why doesn't Rick Romans just step down now and save us all the trouble of having to chase him out of the office of City Hall cop with a broom? Now, I had a lot of people saying that Boswell should step down. He's saying he's going to stay around so he can get his retirement, and people writing me and saying, no, that guy should step down right now. He don't have to wait around until he gets his retirement. Now, someone wrote in and said, you know, on the Boswell city limit sign, there's an SG spray painted on the sign. And it's spray painted in other places in Chilhowie, and that it's the name of a gang, right? And they said that the cops couldn't do nothing about the gang, these young people that made up this gang, because they knew more about the dirt the cops were doing. They had more on the cops than the cops had on them. So the cops couldn't arrest them for whatever they were doing wrong, whatever that might be besides spray painting signs, because they knew so much dirt and what these dirty cops in Chilhowie were doing. Someone else wrote in and said, where are all the wrecked police cars? Every time a police car gets wrecked in Chilhowie, it gets hid somewhere, and the public doesn't get to see the damage or find out that they're paying for all this, right? This is Chilhowie City Limits number 9, okay? But I think this is the best one that I got today was, does Rick the Prick know a girl named Whitney? He should know her because he paid her to strip for him. how can the City Hall allow Rick Romans to ethically keep his job if he's paying girls to strip while he's on duty? What kind of ethics does the city of Chilhowie have anyway? Well, you know, I heard a lot of people that Rick the Prick, that he pays while he's on duty in uniform, he pays girls to take all their clothes off. Now, I heard $20, and I heard $50, and I don't know if they were girls with one eye or what, but they had to work for the money, and I tell you, that he should have had to pay him a whole hell of a lot more money than that to about to run his filthy eyes all over him. But I wonder if his wife knows about that, or maybe she goes with him. I don't know. Do you figure his wife knows that he's out in the city park? Now that could be a thing I hadn't thought about. You know, I should take a closer look at that. It may have been that the reason Rick Romans was so interested in having my horse get out of the park was because he had an appointment to have a girl strip, and I was interfering with the appointment because I was hanging around the park with a horse, and so that's what they say, man. He goes down there at the park after dark or something and pay girl to strip for him. Man, maybe in the backseat of the patrol car. I don't know. So anyway, I'd like to know. Maybe this Whitney can write us, and I'd like to know if Rick the Prick, if his wife knows he pays all these girls to strip, man, she's got to be one shamefaced lady. I tell you. Everybody else, I'm not even from Chilhowie, and I know. So, yeah, you know, these are like 19, 20-year-old girls that Rick's paying to strip for them. So Rick, he might as well just step down now. No point in taking more time. I mean, if he wasn't a police officer, he'd have more time to hang out in the park, you know. Yeah, maybe Whitney will write us. And I got emails that there was a lot more girls that he paid to strip too. So maybe we can get that going here a little bit and talk about it some more.